All right. So my next question is a little. I mean, it depends on you. So, what is your coping mechanism of, like, let's say you have a bad day, or a fight with a client or a contractor, or anything like this sort? What is your coping mechanism on it? And maybe if you have one instance, you can share that. Could say that this is the worst day ever.
Worst day ever. There are
Yeah.
so many days like that. Yeah, like can't possibly name one day as my worst day, but I think there's only so much you can have control over. Possibly cannot control a lot of things beyond yourself. So if someone's saying something, it's up to them entirely. If someone is up to something, you can point it out, but in the end, it's something that needs to be brought in everyone's notice, and then it's supposed to be left there. I think with time, lesser and lesser things affect me that much personally. I've developed ways to cope with it.
Thicker skin.
A thicker skin, yeah, a bigger, longer beard also. But yeah, like as I said, like there's only so much you can control beyond yourself.
Yeah.
You can have complete control over you, your values, your approach to something, and going back after work, I possibly want to leave a lot of it over there. Don't want to carry it back with me. Uh, will possibly go for a run, meditate, breathe, work out, just sleep. Sometimes sleeps really helps. So yeah, it's about letting go of some things at some point of time. You can't possibly dictate stuff all the time, yeah, because as designers and architects we feel that we run the show all the time, and but it's okay to let go sometimes, yeah.
Interesting. So your coping mechanism would be letting go, not, and of course, like workout and meditation and things that you sort of can switch off from.
I've developed it over time. Like at the moment, I'd not engage in stuff, so I'd possibly let it go for the moment. But yes, if it keeps recurring, then it needs to be addressed as well. Personally, I would, to keep my mind off it, I'd involve myself into other things, meet friends, play golf.
Golf, I see.
Yeah, I've only started, yeah, only. But yeah, learn new stuff because we restrict ourselves a lot in this design field. We're always designing, sketching, graphics, all like there's a lot
Yeah.
more to do, and possibly yeah, that's how I kind of cope with a bad day, so to say.
Nice. I do. I also agree with the fact that learning new things like keeps your mind fresh, and you can also like keep just by those small victories that you get by learning new things and seeing you getting better over time just gives you that confidence because you've been in this field for such a long time now. I mean, not as compared to like the pioneers of it, but of course, in our age, we've been in it at least for 10, 12 years now. And that time is like, you do get like a little bored sometimes. Like, you want to do something else, completely like off from what you're doing.
Definitely.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I remember like a bad day used to be at some point of time that someone does not like my design.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
like my entire day is like worse. I don't want to talk to anyone and stuff like that. But now I'm like, it's okay.
Yeah,
It's all right.
you learn how to not take it personally because design is so subjective. You can't force your design on someone, nor can they sort of like force their ideas on you.
Exactly.
Which,
So now I've come to appreciate difference of opinion that much. Yeah.
so of course, we all love what we do. We're passionate about our design, and we like our jobs. I'm hoping we like our offices and studios.
No, of course, yeah. We're
Of
spending like
course.
14, 16 hours a day over here, guys. Yeah.
Yeah, it's something that we cherish for sure. But what would you say like is the most like, of course there's good things and then there are bad things of there's always two sides of the coin. So being an entrepreneur and having your own studio, what is the downside of it?
As I said, we're spending 14 to 16 hours a day. thinking about work, how it needs to be done, how to get more work, how to actually do the existing work that you already have, how to manage finances, how to manage taxes, how to manage people, clients. So yeah, it takes a lot mentally, yeah, to actually be present all the time. I feel I'm more or less just firefighting through Monday to Friday. Like, moment I walk into office, I have 10 questions lined up in front of me that I need to answer. I have 10 clients to talk to. Then I have 10 invoices to actually follow up with. And that's what happens throughout the week, yeah. Like, possibly don't get a lot of time for myself that much, which I've been trying to change. Hopefully this year would be different.
It'll happen.
Yeah, with
Yeah, it
time,
happens with time.
possibly. But this is also what I signed up for at some point. Yeah, yeah. So it brings in a lot of fulfillment. I mean, to see a project through, to see it completed, to actually document it, photo shoot it, it's to actually see the clients using it in the exact same manner that you'd imagine possibly 2 years back, and even more at some point of time. Now I see my projects completely lived in, plants growing, and clients really having a ball time all throughout. So yeah, it's really fulfilling that way. But yes, challenges wise, I think this field takes a lot from you. Personally, mentally, emotionally, you need to be completely dedicated into whatever you're doing. There are and with time, with practice, you obviously get better. That's why it's called a design practice in the end.
Yeah,
It's
we
not
all
a
try
design
practicing
business.
to become better.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, for sure. I do agree. This is, I keep telling everybody, like, when usually they ask me on Instagram or any other social media that, how are you doing this? I would always like have this idea in my head thinking that, you may be seeing something out there that, okay, we're putting up this work and this is happening. But at the back end, literally, we are doing everything. Like, I am the peon of the office. I'm the accountant. I am the founder. I am the designer. I'm doing sort of pretty much everything here.
Yeah.
Like you have to dab your hands into everything. Although you have a team, you have people working with you, but it is tough. It can take a mental toll on you for sure. And meditation, exercising, all of that helps. It helps to just like keep a little bit focus,
I
take out a
think
little bit time for
what I
ourselves.
tried doing this year was try to block my day into different blocks. So morning I wake up, that's the only time I have for myself. So possibly I'll spend 2 good hours with myself, go for a run, go for a workout, make breakfast for myself, and that's it. That's where my time ends.
Yeah.
I have a little bit of chat with my parents, come to office, and the entire day goes in that. Tried blocking my time in the evening for friends, but everyone's so busy, so possibly work extends and eats up into that as well. And just before night, like possibly read a book or two, read up about a project, or think about your next day, and that's it. That's how a typical day goes. Like, even in sleep, I'm telling you, I'm dreaming about my projects.
Same.
What can possibly go wrong is what I know from a dream that I've had like 2 days back already. So next day I'm going into office and I'm telling my team कि यार मुझे कल एक सपना आया कि ये staircase ठीक नहीं लगेगा.
It is so uncanny because I had this similar experience. I had a dream about like this product we were designing, and I had a dream about a solution how to, because we were struggling with certain materials we were working with, and in the morning I came to office and I had a dream about the product, and I think we should do this, and they were just like looking at me. What is happening here? Why is she dreaming about this? My biggest fear actually is what if I become boring? Like the
Nimisha can never become boring.
okay, as a personality, I cannot, but if you see my lifestyle, exactly what you told me, I only spend time with my parents in the morning.
Yeah.
At night, I like spending time with my parents.
No,
I am that person now.
I get it. I get
I
it.
choose to be with my parents rather than being with my friends and going on dates. So in my head, I'm like, am I becoming this really boring person who just likes to be with her parents? I think my parents are really funny, and I'm like, I just want to chill with them all the time. This is the downside of being in a industry of like architecture.
No, yeah, possibly. I don't know. With further talks, we'll find out, guys. But as of
Yeah.
now, this is the truth.
And I see people around me, either they've gone too ahead in life, like they have kids and they are married and they're just like happening, things are happening in their life. And on the other hand, people ask me, are you thinking of getting married or something? And I'm like, I am married to my work right now. Like,
Exactly,
I have
exactly.
nothing. I have not a single minute to give to another human being also. I don't know how I can ever imagine myself getting married.
Yeah, but it does take a lot of toll on the personal life as well. It's something that,
If I get married, it will take a toll on the marriage for sure. But
or
I'm
if you're
not, that's why
dating,
I'm not
or
getting
if you're
married.
dating,
Or you're dating, it will get.
yeah, yeah. So
I will have to make a schedule if I'm dating that I'm only going to meet on a weekend.
yeah, I don't know if that's dating, Nimisha, at all.
That's scheduling.
That's like a meeting that you're having possibly with your date on
That's
the
the only time I
weekend.
can give you, buddy. Like my time is so precious, and I want to spend it with me. I really like my own company, like.
But do you think that is one of the reasons why possibly professionals end up with professionals of the same profession?
Yeah, I do think so. They understand how demanding work is, and they don't expect you to always like figure out more. They don't ask you for more time because they understand they also don't have any time to give. So they can't ask.
Yeah,
I would love to be dating a very busy person, so that we never have to make a schedule to meet. We're like, okay, virtually we're together, but we don't have to meet.
yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll find out with time. Yeah, maybe.
I don't feel I'm losing on anything, honestly.
Yes, yeah. I mean, I completely agree to that.
I think that's unhealthy, guys. I don't know if we're talking about healthy things or unhealthy things.
This is some. It's like being happy with what you have at the moment. Yeah, you can't possibly crib.
It's called Choti Khushiyan. I think we've spoken about a lot of things. Now, how do you really measure success for yourself? Like everybody has a different standard of success. How do you measure yours?
Yeah, there used to be a point of time where I used to set like really specific, measurable goals and stuff and measure my success according to it. But with time and with COVID, especially hitting us for the past next 2 3 years, I think the definition of success, so to say, has changed personally for me. It's not in those measurable terms. Of course, they are important for an overall long term vision that we possibly have as a studio and I possibly have for myself. But that's not how I would define myself being successful, is what I've gathered from the past couple of years. Success for me would be, at the moment, being completely present to wherever I am, giving my best to whatever I'm doing, and yeah, walking a happy man out of it. That's about it. Yeah, that's what being successful is.
That's a nice take to success, I feel.
Yeah, yeah.
People
Like,
put too many like unrealistic standards and like expectations on themselves, and then when they fail to achieve it in that set time that they put, I'm not saying you will not achieve those expectations, but you will. I think everything happens in time. Everybody has their own time, and you can't force success, nor can you like force yourself to be at a certain stage in a different time when you're not supposed to. So yeah, I do think that's a good way to look at it, that you want to be present in where you are and you just want to take it forward from there. And that's interesting.
and just do the best of what you can do at that moment. That's about it. Yeah, and just move on to the next thing. Do the best over there. Move on to the next thing. So like how I personally blocked my time, I want to just be present in that time and do the best that I can at that moment. Be that for the client, be that for the person that I'm with, be that even if I'm with myself, I want to be present to myself at that moment. And just do the best that I can do at that time. That's about it. No. So measurable success is something that I've, for the moment,
Stopped.
stopped doing and realized that a lot more can possibly be achieved. Yeah, just apart from all of
I
it.
agree.
Apart from the numbers and the race that we are always in.
Oh yeah. Anyways, I'm bad with numbers, so I stay away from it.
Yeah, I'm bad with races.
Yeah. I used to refuse to run in races. And then I used to come and say, मैं first आई हूँ, but पीछे से.
Yeah, so I mean,
It's all about perspective, right?
like now I've realized a marathon is actually something that we are running over here, not a race.
Not a race, yeah.
Not a race. So
You just have to finish it in your own time, as long as you're finishing it.
yeah, I don't even want to finish it. I just want to like keep running this marathon at my own pace, comfortably. I'll sit down, I'll have water, I'll keep running it. I don't want to win. I don't want a medal of anything. I just want to be like happily running all through it. Yeah, like why? I'm not competing with anyone else. Like I'd rather work with people rather than work against people.
them, yeah.
There's no point doing that.
I do think like we, as a generation also, I do have a sense of community with us. Like, I do feel like everybody around, I don't feel the sense of competition, but I do want to like, I want to see you succeed. I want to see everybody around me succeed the same way I want to see myself succeed. Because only if we all sort of, as a community, rise together, only then we can have a nice relationship as people. Otherwise, then what's the point if I see in somebody else like not succeed? That's not going to make me happy in any which way.
Yeah.
And yeah, my competition itself has always only been with myself. And that I see as a very big challenge because I used to be a certain way and now I'm a certain way. And I see, oh, I can really grow into something else also. There's so many things, like so many aspects of your growth that you don't even know right now that exist.
Yeah, definitely.
30s hit you differently. you know, from 20s, 30s hit you very differently. Especially
Possibly.
mentally, I think you think differently.
Possibly.
Yeah.
I'll know once I get there.
You know, once you get there, of course you will.
VR would give you some perception of it, but it won't really give you the actual satisfaction of being.
The real thing cannot be replaced with virtual, I feel. One thing for sure.
I personally like a more comfortable space.
Yeah.
It can be messy also some point of
Oh
time,
yeah. You don't see the interiors, you don't care, it's dingy, there's no light coming in. It's like that. Like you're sitting in darkness, drinking beer with like spotlight on you.